Hello and welcome to Trading Kernel. In this video, we're going to be showing you guys step by step on how to create a profitable forex strategy just like this one. I promise you guys, it's not difficult, it's very simple. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do right now is head over to Trading Kernel Stack. You can see stack.tradingkernel.com. This strategy is called the candle breakout strategy. Alright, we have the dev file and also the main file uploaded here. If you're going to be a developer and you want to analyze this strategy as well as add your trading conditions, you could head over and download this file. Alright, if you're just a simple drag and drop trader and you want to actually implement this into your trading strategy, you can download the candle breakout strategy.zip file. All right, so let's go over the zip files. We have firstly the candle breakout dev file. Let's just open this. First, we have the include file. All right, so we have the include folder here, and then we have the trading conditions. I'm going to be going over this when I'm looking at the development side of it, and the indicator library as well. It's just a set of methods that are actually reusable. Right, there's nothing much there, and we have the expert advice. So this is the .mq4 file. So if you want to take a look at the code as we are coding along, you can also look at that. Right, so we also have the preset file. This is actually the preset file for the expert advice. So all right, so the next thing here we have is the candle breakout strategy. But we have the templates, and then we have the preset folder. All right, so all you just need to do is to open up this experts folder, and then you copy this .ex4 file into your experts directory. All right, you copy the template file into your template directory, and then you copy the presets into your preset directory. So we've already done that on our terminal here, so I'm just going to go over the installation process for you guys. All right, for those of you who don't know how to install a forex robot, once you've added that into your expert advisor directory as explained in the previous section, you just need to head over to your symbols, click on the Euro USD and drag that to your chart. All right, and then we are going to just load the template for the candle breakout. You can see here it says candle breakout. So once you've clicked on that, make sure it's on the 15 minutes time frame. Right, that's what we optimized for, I think. Yeah, 15 minutes time frame. So make sure it's on the 15 minutes time frame here, and you're good to go. Right, you're gonna see a smiling emoji at the top right. Right, so that means the expert advisor is actually working. So let's look at how this forex robot actually trades. All right, we're going to be going into the in-depth analysis. All right, so the first thing here is that we're going to look at our trading conditions here. All right, so this is basically our trading conditions. We've included our indicator library here. All right, so in real sense, it just means to include this library so we can have access to all the methods. All right, in our indicator library we have our trading conditions method. Method is of an integer type that returns an integer value. All right, so if it returns 1, it's a bullish signal. If it returns 2, it's a bearish signal. We have our candle body size. Right, the candle body size is just the difference between the open and the close depending on where the price is. All right, so if I go to my definition here, indicator library, you can see where it says the candle body size, where we add the candle, and then we talk about the body size here. All right, so if the candle is bullish here, the body size, the open minus the close. All right, the candle is bearish, we have the close minus the open. All right, 1 signals for bearish and 3 signals for bullish. All right, so we have our check bullish method here as well. All right, so back to our trading conditions here. All right, so we say here that if the candle body size of 1 is greater than 3 times the candle body size of 2. All right, and if the candle body size of 1 is greater than 3 times the candle body size of 3, and if the candle body size of 1 is greater than greater than 3 times the candle body size of 4. All right, in this case you can see it here, it says 3. All right, but when we optimize, that value became 2.7. We want to check if the previous candle was a bearish candle. All right, and if the Bollinger Band is expanding. All right, so we can see we have this is expanding method here. If you go over to our indicator library, you can see where it says is expanding. All right, so we had that function there, but it says basically if the Bollinger Band is expanding and if the get custom moving average of 0 is greater than the custom moving average of 1 and greater than 2 and 3. Right, and then we have the custom moving average of 0. This is for the reverse condition for the bearish signal. Right, so the trading condition returns 1 for a bullish signal and it returns 2 for a bearish signal. Most of us tend to see indicators as visual aids that can help us provide buy and sell signals. That is not true. All right, in the original sense, indicators are simply calculations that helps us visualize those calculations on our chart. The moving average provides the average, all right, of the price over a period of time, right, taking back to the past, and that can help you tell the current price structure, right? So every security tends to respect a moving average. All right, it's not the 15 moving average, it's not consistently the 200 or 30 SMA or whatever. You have to actually find this moving average, right? And that's why on Trading Kernel we created what is called a custom moving average. With this method called get custom moving average, we can actually modify and backtest this moving average to know the moving average that a security respects over a period of time, possibly 1, 2, or 3 years. All right, that's going to provide you with more accuracy when you're about to enter a trade. All right, and then you look at the moving average. In this sense, for Euro USD, it's the 160 moving average. All right, just for this strategy. Okay, it's not necessarily for every strategy, but for this particular strategy, it respects the 160 moving average and the 610 moving average. In this case, we are going to go with the 160 moving average because it provides us with more trades and it provides us with an overall profitability more than the 610 moving average. All right, so like I said here, let's just look at the visual aid of this function here. All right, but before we do that, let's just look at the candle breakout strategy. All right, so this is the ex4 file here. Okay, you guys, you can see we included the trading conditions and we also included something called the trading functions. All right, so we have the TP value here, we have the stop loss value here, we also have the custom magic number here. All right, so we look at our on tick method here. We say if no order is open, all right, of this magic number and every bar is a new bar. All right, we could do if orders total. All right, we could do if order total is equal to true, but in this case here we are looking at this specific trade. All right, this specific expert advice, so we want to make sure that every trade we are looking at matches this magic number. All right, so you can see we are checking if open orders by magic number is equal to the magic number. All right, and then we say for trading conditions of 1, all right, which means we are actually, if the trading conditions here returns 1, which is our bullish signal, right, we create our TP here, we create our stop loss here, and then we create a custom buy entry where we give it a magic number, a TP, and an SL. Right, so it takes that trade for us. And we also have the trading conditions for 2. We have the candle here. All right, so we have the TP, we have the SL, and then we have the custom sell entry. All right, so you can see how easy it is, guys. It's a very few lines of code. It's not even up to 50 lines of code here and here. All right, with the help of include files, you've been able to create a very easy expert advice. So all right, so now we've done that, we're just going to go over the trade, all right, and look at how the trade works. Okay, so let's add this on. Let's first of all look at this without visual mode. Okay, let's run the back test from 2020 all the way to 2022. All right, so let's just look at the expert properties here. Then we load the kernel.set. Right, so you can see here the expert advisor respects the 160, the high value is 2.7, we have the 290 as the TP value, and for the SL value here we have the 120. It's more like 1:2.5 on average. All right, so we also have the risk. Okay, that's one of the benefits of our include file. So we have the risk here. It says enter your risk. So how much percent of a trade would you want to risk? So in this case we are risking 2.0%. all right, and since we are starting with $10,000, we're going to be risking basically 2% of that on the trade, right, which is $200 per trade. All right, so it's going to optimize that and provide you with the lot size to trade depending on your stop loss value. Right, so let me just start that on the overall time frame. We're currently testing from the 1st of 2020 down to 1st of December 2022. Right, it's going to run fast because the strategy is very simple. Right, it's a very simple strategy. So make sure to test it like this, guys. If you're going to be using this expert advice, so make sure to test it out like this, so you can see how the strategy actually works. You can see that it performed more in 2022/2021, didn't perform all that good in 2020. All right, and that's exactly what we want. So let's look at the reports here. We have $10,000 converted to $42,000 profits. Overall, we had ended up about $52,000 profits. We have a profit factor of 1.35. We had about 530 trades, and we had about 35 short positions won, 35%, and 40% of our long positions won. Right, you can see here we didn't even make up to 50%, all right, of profit positions, but because we have a risk to reward of about 1.5, we ended up in a lot of profit. Right, that's just how basically forex trading works. You can see our consecutive profits and losses and everything you need to see here. All right, gross profit and gross loss as well. Right, so let me just walk you through on how this expert advisor actually trades in real life. For those of you who are manual traders and don't want to use forex robots to trade, you could actually also learn this strategy as well, because as you can see on backtest, it works. All right, adding your risk to reward, adding every other input file we've added here, it should work for you. All right, if you're going to be trading this on another broker, I'm currently using Alpari, make sure that you have everything set up like this. All right, you can see we have, let's just load the template file here. Let's load candle breakout. All right, so you can see we have our spread set to 2. All right, and we can work with this. This is because our broker actually has a spread that is equal to 2 most of the time, right? And sometimes the spread is actually equals to 0. So if you're going to be trading, guys, you need to actually back test with your current spread. All right, so I'm just gonna click on the play button here. All right, so the guys can actually see how it trades. I'm just gonna insert the indicator, the 160 moving average here. All right, so I'm just gonna insert it here, moving average 160. Just gonna insert that here. All right, so let's just look at this now to see how it actually trades in real life. Okay, so you can see we've entered a trade here. Just gonna max this out here. All right, so you guys can actually see that here. All right, so you can see this was the trade point. This was the trade point here. All right, this was the trade point. Okay, so here we're looking at this candle here. All right, and we say if this candle, remember the first function here. Remember the first function on our trading conditions. All right, if the candle body size is higher than the previous candle body size, right, which is basically a breakout, and is equal to 2.7 or higher than 2.7 times this previous candle, this one and this one, right? So it's higher than that, right? It's higher than that. And what next? We have it's bearish in this sense here. It's bearish here, right? You can see it's bearish here, right? And then the custom MA, the Bollinger Band is expanding. Let me just insert the Bollinger Band here as well. Apply the Bollinger Band, right, and you can see it's currently expanding at the moment. You can see this one is going downwards and this one is going forwards, right? And we actually have that smooth curve on the moving average, which is currently respecting. All right, so you can see here we have, let me just zoom in here. All right, let me just zoom in here. You can see the trade here. We have a breakout here, thus previous candles here. All right, you can see the Bollinger Bands are expanding, and then we have the smooth curve on the moving average here. All right, so if I just click on that to continue trading, you can see that ended up, this is a sell position, and that ended up in a profit. All right, so that's just basically how this strategy works. It didn't perform well in 2020, and this currently start of 2020, right? It didn't really perform well, but overall it's a very good strategy. All right, so for those of you who are going to be using this forex robots, maybe to trade on FTM or to trade on your personal account, make sure that you have back tested this software, right? Just as we have, using your current broker spread. All right, this may not perform well on your broker, right? Because it does on ours doesn't mean it works on yours. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at Kernel Support, and we'll be more than happy to respond to you. All right, so guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.